evening. Welcome back to Cozy Up and Pay Attention. I am your host, Cozy Stone. I am tickle pink once again to be back here with you. Hopefully you've been following our podcast. If you've missed any, they're not all downloaded yet, but they're on the way. Please go to IamCozyStone.com. If you've been following me at all on Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter, you may have noticed that I no longer put my entire cozyisms. I put now what's called partial cozyisms. And the reason for that is, if you want to know how it ends, you should buy my book. So I'm going to go backwards. I usually go this way. I'm going to go this way this time. Cozyisms, the art of paying attention. Either IamCozyStone.com, if you want to bypass my website, and you don't, you can always go to Amazon and search cozyisms, and you'll find it there. So moving left to right, again, if you've been following, or even if you have not, is a good reason to also follow. I am an exercise fanatic, a health fanatic, in that I just love being in health and taking care of myself, whatever fanatic means. I love water. Water and beer. And even if I had to make a choice, it would be water over the beer. I can't believe that. I said that out loud, but it's true. There are so many wonderful health properties that goes with drinking water. But this one, and I've been drinking water a long time, it's not only satiates my appetite, it's just delicious. I don't know how to say it any better than that. The fact that it's called Simple Truth makes me laugh, and I figure it was made for me because I'm pretty simple and I always tell the truth. 99.9% of the time. Ask anybody. Sometimes it's not pretty, but it's always necessary. Simple truth. Go out and get some. Without missing a beat. This gorgeous woman, do you see the gorgeous woman on the table? Yes. This gorgeous woman on the table is probably the only person I've ever been in love with. And I say that with pride and dignity and respect. That is my mom, and that's what we're going to call her. Cozy's mom. Did a great job, if I may say so myself, and I'm forever grateful. So wherever I go, my mom is going to go with me. With all said and done, I have another, you may get tired of hearing this, and I don't care. I have another wonderful friend, guest, wonderful human being this evening on the show. Please say hello to Kendall Tenney. Kendall, if you won't mind, please, I need the audience to know, you can repeat your name, where you're originally from, how long have you been in Vegas, what you hear, and then if you don't mind, tell us what you do and how your company can help us.
Excellent. And I love the tribute to your mom. That's beautiful. I love that.
Thank you.
And it's always good to be with you. I always love hanging out with you. You're always upbeat. You always got a great smile.
Oh, thank you.
And it's just a great energy. So it's always fun being with you.
It's good to see you after so long.
Yeah,
yes.
Right? Have you been able to interact with people a lot during all of this pandemic?
I was, until I think the second time they shut the city down. As a matter of fact, today is the 19th, I believe it is, the 20th. The last time I was out, it was on the 21st. And my birthday was December 21st. I met some friends for December. January 21st, I met some friends at Bagel Cafe.
Right.
You've never been there? You're going to Bagel Cafe?
Yeah,
Something else I'm promoting.
Yeah.
And so I just looked, I said, oh no, I should have made a date for tomorrow. The answer to your question is, I am being cautious. I will not stay out of the gym. My gym is so clean. Everyone takes care and wipes off everything.
Yeah.
But it's reducing me because I need to take weight off just to stay healthy. So the answer is, I am staying in, and I don't like it.
Have you done the vaccine yet?
I'm not.
You're not going to?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people opting that direction.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
And
I like my body as it is, and I don't know what will happen, and I'm not going to take a chance. So, I want all my friends and family members and those who get it, and if they're still alive 2 years from now, maybe I'll take it. And if they're not, I know I made a
So
I made a wise.
Guinea pigs, right? Okay.
They wanted to. Nobody came to the house and said, "I'm going to make you stick this stuff in you." Everyone should do what's important to them.
Sure.
I happen to find this a temple.
Yeah.
And being intelligent and knowing whatever else is going out there, I don't want it in my body.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us, please, 10E. Figure, I wonder how he came up with the name of his company.
Yeah, so it's the number 10 and the letter E.
Yes.
And what's funny about that is I had a client for a year, and we were just, we had meetings every week practically, and we were sitting in a meeting one day, and he says to me,
light bulb.
He goes, "Hey, what is the 10E thing about anyway?" I go, "Oh, it's a play on my last name," and he's like, "Oh," and so it's
That's
it's
when you
just
should have went in your office and upped his paycheck. Whatever you were charging him, charge him more.
So, to answer your question,
10E Media.
10E Media, which is, and I'll tell you how it's kind of morphing into 10E Consulting, but I was born in Dallas, Texas, and lived there until, I still have family there, graduated from high school there, and actually lived after my 4th grade year in a little town called, which is not so little now, Rockwall, Texas. Rockwall is my hometown. I love Texas, love the people, love visiting. There will always be a piece of me, right, that's from Texas. So after leaving Texas, I went to school at BYU, graduated from there. My first job in television was in Pocatello, Idaho, and worked there for a year.
Wow.
Yeah, I was the weekend anchor and weekday bureau reporter in Pocatello. So on weekends, I would actually have to drive an hour up to Idaho Falls to go anchor the news there.
Did you shuck corn?
A little bit. Whatever was necessary, right?
Okay.
But I loved it. It was a great, great first job. After a year there, I got a call from Las Vegas, Channel 3 here in town, and they offered me a job to be the morning anchor at Channel 3, and I took it, obviously. Was very excited to come here. That was 1993. Okay. Stayed on the morning show for about a year or so, and then transitioned to anchoring the 4 and the 6 p.m. news, and I was at Channel 3 for 16 years.
Wow.
Had a blast.
Wow.
So many fun stories, so many great things. 2010, I thought it was time for a change, and started 10E Media. And initially it was just 10E Public Relations, and it was just all about public relations. But then some other opportunities started coming into play, and we went with 10E Media because it's about media training and crisis communication, so many other things. And that was 2010, flash forward to now, and we're doing a lot more of the consulting work. And truly, my mission now is to help people communicate with confidence, because so many people fear communicating in general, and especially right now, because everyone's doing these Zoom meetings. I know nobody is a huge fan of Zoom, but if you think about it...
Who wanted to be a Brady member?
Right.
Who told us that we were going to go up and do our own groceries and be Brady members?
That's exactly right. Nobody wanted to be on the Brady Bunch. Although as a kid, I thought that would have been fun.
I know, until we found out about the dad. That you changed your mind then, didn't you?
But he was nice. I heard
He was, but he was gay.
Oh, well. What are you going to do? What was I going to say about... I lost my train of thought.
Oh, I know. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so... Back to... Okay.
Today,
the mission.
Right.
Come back to the message, right?
Yes.
Okay, so today, the mission is really about helping people communicate with confidence. People are sick of Zoom. And more than that, there's an anxiety that comes with Zoom. In fact, I just read yesterday that 73% of people surveyed said they suffer or have suffered at some point from Zoom anxiety. And what that means is people are worried about, what am I going to look like, and people are watching me the whole time, right? I mean, you're in a meeting and you don't know when people are looking at you. You don't know if you just kind of feel like you have to be on the whole time, and that takes a lot more energy. Plus, you don't have the shared environment where you can pick up on visual cues that right here in person I can pick up on a lot, right? So all those things create this Zoom anxiety. Not to mention, people are already a little nervous about presenting or speaking in front of others, and so there's a real need for people to understand that there's some simple things they can do to become great communicators. Everybody, I promise you, Cozy, everybody is already a good communicator, even if they don't think they are. But it's just a matter of tapping into who they are and learning what their core message is all about.
So the underwear thing doesn't work?
No.
Okay.
This is what I tell people all the time.
That's all we all heard.
Right.
If you get nervous, just think of everybody sitting there in their underwear.
So this is what you've tricked me here, because you triggered me, because I get excited about this.
Good.
Because we do these workshops all the time where we're helping people to communicate more effectively. And one of the first things I say is, hey, it's great that if you've attended Toastmasters or public speaking classes, great. Now forget all of it. Just for today, forget that, because that's not your foundation. Those are techniques, because they'll tell you, okay, you keep your hands right here. You need to stand there with your feet so far apart. And you need to think about people in their underwear. And you need to watch how many times you say, right? All those things, those get in your head. And it keeps you from being a great communicator.
That's right.
So what we do is strip all that away and go, no, no, no. Who are you? What are you all about? And what is the one thing you want people to remember every time you interact with them? What's the one takeaway? You do that, suddenly communication becomes a lot easier. And now, beyond that, in this time, it also serves a great purpose. When we're communicating well, we're connecting as humans. And the one thing that so many people feel right now is a lack of human connection, right? Because we're all on this virtual thing. We're in this virtual world, and everybody's angry about stuff. And
I won't have to talk if he keeps going.
Sorry, yeah.
No, you're hitting all my points.
Right? So everybody's in this place where there's no human connection. Everybody feels lonely, and no matter how long they're on Zoom. So what I've done is created workshops under the umbrella of human connection in a virtual world. And it's all about helping people feel that connection again. And let me go off on a little tangent here with hormones. This is what's happening in society right now. There are hormones that, as humans, we have that have helped us survive since we were cavemen and women, right? Those are the adrenaline, epinephrine, and cortisol. Okay, good when you need them, because it's all about, oh, I gotta live, I gotta survive. It helped us outrun the saber-toothed tiger, because all your energy, everything is like, it's all about survival. So all the other things are cut off. So you're not creative in that moment. You're not relaxed. You don't feel a bond with anybody. You're about like, I gotta survive. So here's what's happened in our society. We have all, because our brains are further developed, we all perceive danger right now. And when we perceive danger, that kicks in the cortisol, the epinephrine, the adrenaline. And when we feel those things, well, that's not a good place. No. We're not feeling connected, right? We're not feeling creative. We're not feeling bonded with each other. We're not getting what we truly need as people. And so it is really an epidemic right now. So this is a mission for me, is to help people understand, hey, communication is the key to like combating those hormones and kicking in the oxytocin and the dopamine and the endorphins, right? Endorphins you know a lot about because of comedy, right? That's
and working out.
Oh, true.
Oh my God, you're getting better endorphins than going to the gym.
So true.
Yes.
Yeah, and endorphins allow people to relax and open up a little bit and feel more creative. And that's why people love comedy. Because when we're laughing, those are endorphins that are kicking in.
And singing. Remember talking about
singing?
that's
right. Yeah.
So go ahead.
Yeah, so that's my mission right now. So there's a lot of focus for me on helping people to communicate with confidence and to connect with each other. So I work with schools, a lot of universities right now, and corporations, and I work with their folks, and they come in, now it's all virtual, attend my workshops, and that's our focus. It's like, hey, let's help each other connect. And storytelling is a huge, huge part of that. We don't tell stories often enough. Because when we do, we're wired for storytelling. And when we do that...
And it captivates the audience.
Yeah. It's like, in fact, I think it was Stanford did a study that showed they took a group of people and they presented them with data. Just data, no stories attached. The retention rate was somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 to 7%. Really, really bad, right? Yeah, because all they were given was the data.
Correct.
They took the same information but combined it and attached it to stories. The retention rate was 75% or higher. That's a huge difference. That's how we learn.
Yes.
That's how we've transferred information ever since we were cave people, is storytelling. That's how we learn things. So we got to get back to that, because when we do that, we start to feel the good hormones kick in. We start to feel connected again. That's where we make progress. Right now, man, everybody's just, you can't say anything right now without somebody getting ticked off.
About something.
Yes.
They are thriving on anger.
Yes.
You have hit everything this show, I wanted to do this show for. Communication, no one wants to communicate anymore. Kendall, can you do the show? Maybe. No, it's not a maybe. It's a yes or no question.
Right. Yeah.
Anger. It's, why are you so angry?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you one of my beliefs and philosophies about happy and anger. It's easier to be angry.
It is.
It's harder to maintain happy.
Yes.
Happy is a state of mind that's elusive, and it's short-lived in most people's mind.
Because I think people, all of us, and I shouldn't say people,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we don't know what the definition of happy is. Because sometimes we think of happy as euphoric.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
And that's not achievable. There's no way to maintain that euphoria
Mm-hmm.
over a sustained period of time.
Mm-hmm.
But what we are trying to reach is that level of peace. That
Well,
level
let's call it this.
contentment.
What about not being angry?
That's
We
a
don't
start.
have, right?
Yeah.
Let's change into just not being angry.
Right.
And again, happy is, and for me, it's when you're not angry.
Yeah.
When everything doesn't get you all charged up. It seems as though right now, people give them a reason.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you hit my elbow
It doesn't
by
take-
accident.
yeah.
It takes
takes
nothing
nothing.
at all. So, and that's why comedy, yes, is great. Speaking in positive. I may not have been happy this entire 6 decades I've been here,
Mm-hmm.
but I guarantee you I only missed 5 years of not being happy.
I love that. I love that.
And that's the truth.
Yeah.
And when I had to leave here in 2012, I was a very unhappy camper.
Yeah.
The recession beat me up.
Mm.
I don't know if you remember, I had the sports bra.
Yeah.
Put it out there, didn't know it was coming.
Yeah.
By the time we did, we invested all this money and time and effort, and I was homeless and couldn't pay anything, couldn't eat,
Yeah.
the whole 9 yards. But I still accomplished a goal.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't make and sell $1 million like I wanted to,
Yeah.
but I made my product, I got it on people, and somewhere in the world there's 400 people wearing my product,
I love that.
right?
I love that.
But because my world was turned upside down,
Mm-hmm.
no, I wasn't happy. But I came in this world. She bought me in this world, and I know she carried me for 9 months smiling. You think I smile? When my sister and I were kids, we used to always say, "What is she always smiling about?" I'm scared. We would do it all the time. Why is mommy always smiling?
Yeah.
Well, she's pretty. Yeah, I like she smiles. And so I know, I feel it. The entire 9 months. Once she had conception, she accepted that she was going to have this child. It was her second child. She carried me, laughed and smiled. She pooted me out and put me in her arms and loved me until God took her from me. I have been I try not to associate with people who aren't happy.
Right.
I am silly as heck. I didn't know I was a comedian until late. I mean, I did, but
Right.
I only like making my friends laugh.
Right.
Which is
Yeah.
why I didn't get on the stage. I didn't care about
Yeah.
strangers. I just it's like everything else. It's an attitude.
Mm-hmm.
You can choose to want to be happy, or you can choose to want to be mad.
Yeah.
But since I'm around folks and like yourself, I pay attention. I've talked to so many people. I know that they like being angry. It feels good.
Well, especially,
It is their feel good.
yeah, it is, because it is easier. It is an easier go-to. I mean, they talk about, is it easier to smile or frown? But, I think right now, because people feel so isolated, that depression starts to set in.
And I get that.
It's almost self-imposed depression that occurs. And so how do we combat depression sometimes? Anger.
Or alcohol or drugs.
Which lead to anger.
Which leads to anger, yes.
Right?
Yes.
So that's what's happening. So I think I hear you, and I just think it's so good that you're talking about this, because it is what ails everyone right now. The rate of mental illness is really high right now.
And was told.
It's really high.
Children's suicide rate.
Oh my gosh, yeah. In fact, the highest rate right now of depression is among young adults between 18 and 25.
Correct.
Which is sad when you think about it. You think, oh,
This is their time.
that's prime time,
That's right.
right?
That's right.
And yeah, I'll tell you this. I have 2 kids in high school right now, and it is tough. It is tough. One's a senior in high school.
Wow.
And
I remember you. That's
I know, right? And this is supposed to be a senior year, all the rites of passage that take place. They're not happening. He was quarterback of his football team and all that didn't happen. So, my daughter is a junior. Hopefully next year will be a more traditional senior year. But for my son Colton and the thousands of others like him who have literally not stepped foot in a classroom in more than a year now. It's, you know, those are moments you can't get back. So now how do you help them cope with that? How do you help them handle that in a healthy way? And so I love that you're addressing that, because people are hurting right now.
Yeah.
People are hurting.
They are. And again, because I've had this up personality, I guess you call it, and I want to be a part of the change I want to see. We hear that all the time, and there are others just like you and me and others out there who are really doing it. I'm doing it. And I'm going to sit here in the front of this camera and talk, bring the guest on. This is what's going to be called our first season. Hopefully you people are watching it and get me my 1 million viewers so we can stay on. But it's real important to me.
Yeah.
If I had one person, you know that old adage, the numbers game, then I've done my job. I have lots of people running around quoting cozyisms. That's a good thing.
Isn't that awesome?
I am going to, I don't know if you heard when you came in, I'm going to put merchandises. Yes, I'm going to get together with her. Any and all the exposure that I can get right now, I think it's just going to be a plug because I mean it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, you come, and this is why you are a good communicator, Cozy, is it comes from a sincere place. And all the time, one of the things we talk about is authenticity. If you can be authentic in your communication, you can break every communication rule that exists. You can say every other word. You can do
Obama said
yeah.
and I watch his videos all the time.
Great
Obama says
Yes.
and I said, where the heck they come up with that crap?
Yeah, no, he's a great communicator.
No, he is, and he is a good.
You look at the great communicators; they break all the rules that we were taught. Oh, you can't do this.
Rules are made to be broken.
Yeah.
Rules and plans are made to be broken.
But the great communicators are the ones who are authentic. You feel like, oh, I really feel that person is communicating from a sincere place.
Yeah.
That they have a message to deliver and they're getting it across.
Yeah.
That's what great communicators do.
That's
and anybody can do it. Anybody.
Well, if you're authentic.
If that's the key.
And authentic can have lots of meanings, right? But it has to come from in here.
Yes.
If this isn't authentic and you're saying it, am I going to sit here and tell everybody, oh no, I don't want any cash for my efforts? That would be a lie. But it should be maybe in some people's mind first. If money was what I want, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. Right. I sincerely want to help as many people. I have, and Billy Bob, I haven't told him this yet. I am also now a part of, I'm always saying these letters wrong, so Billy Bob may need to help me. NYPH, Nevada Youth Program, Housing Program, NYHP, Nevada Youth Housing Program.
Okay.
And if you're not aware of them, they help, they give teenagers homes. They have a Friday, you can go in and cook for them. I want to do some Zoom with them, but I'll tell you in a minute, I'm going to do something else because silly me, my brain doesn't go to sleep. My body goes to sleep, but the brain doesn't follow. All right? But I do sleep well.
Yeah.
I really do. I want to, and Billy Bob is another, people keep, why the hell do you keep talking about Billy Bob? Billy Bob's got a great heart. He's got a great brain, and he cares. He came here caring about certain people, and I said to him, that's the wrong people to care about. But he's learned, and he's a smart guy. You also want to work with people who are on the same program, who really care. I don't want people around me because they think, oh, she's going to be so good. And no.
Yeah.
Do you really care about people? And you can't BS me.
Yeah.
I see it coming.
Yeah.
That's my New York trait.
Were you born and raised in New York?
Born and raised, proud,
okay.
native New Yorker.
All right.
Try BSing me.
Right.
Try it.
Where in New York?
The only place that matters, Manhattan.
Okay, all right.
I'll take Bronx and I'll take Brooklyn. People, I don't take Long Island, so don't even try it. My theory is if you didn't want to be a New Yorker, you shouldn't have left the city. You went way out there with your garden. But on a serious note, you learn a lot of people skills in New York City.
Yeah.
I have been watching, they had a show on, they have one on Netflix right now, it's called Pretend It's a City. And it's, her name was right here. She's a father. She does art, but she's a New Yorker. She came there in the 70s. I was there all through the 70s, and New York was happening.
Yeah.
I was so busy in it, I didn't even know what I was in.
Yeah.
So I have sat back and had this time as well to sit back and say, what haven't you done? I did 54. I did the pen and pencil. I did the palms. I did My girlfriend's father was part owner of Madison Square Garden. They had a show on Julius Erving yesterday in the gym. I cried. I watched Julius play. I sat next to his wife before they got divorced. I mean, what haven't I done?
Yeah.
Right place, right time. I don't know if you're aware, I'm one of the first female personal trainers in the United States.
No, that's fantastic.
It is fantastic. Yeah. I was in a gym, and some girl said, Cozy, there's a gym around the corner. Actually, I went to look at this guy's thighs and his butts. He was, he did the Tour de France.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God. Yes, I
didn't disappoint.
Oh, in more ways than one. He did not disappoint. But that was her advertising to get me over there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I went in there and just doing what I do, is working out hard. And the owner said, I don't know if we have anybody in here that doesn't have a contract that works out harder than you. Would you let me train you to be one of my personal trainers? I had dinner with Arthur Ashe before he died.
Oh, wow.
I trained Andrew Young. Roberta Flack used to sit at her baby grand and make play the piano and make dinner for me.
Wow.
Yoko and John would come out of their apartment directly across from Roberta. Are you kidding me? Billie Jean King's personal trainer on Sundays.
Wow.
Are you kidding me? Did I really do all of that?
Yeah.
I did. And so now I sit back and say, what a great ride.
Yes.
What a wonderful life I've had. Tell me why I need to be unhappy.
Right. Yeah.
I decided as a young person, I did not want, at 15 years old, I didn't want children. I didn't want to get married. I was never changing my mind, and I don't care what you had and how handsome you were. I don't want to look at your face every day. And I don't care that you're hungry and you need to clean your own dirty drawers. I don't do that. I was not born on this earth, came in here to take care of everybody.
Right.
I was brought here to take care of me and anyone and everyone I can outside of my house.
Mm-hmm.
When I leave here this evening, the volume goes off every night without fail. If I leave it on and then I'll hear an email, sometime I forgot to, and I'll get up and I'll turn it off.
Yeah, you got to unplug.
Who are you? What makes you happy? And when do you think about that?
Yeah.
So when I go into the schools and talk to the kids, I talked about that. Let's get you from this fifth grade to life.
Yeah.
Have you thought about what you're going to do at 21? Everybody wants to drive, they want to drink, and they want to. Who are you going to be? I say to these kids, get out of your parents' house. Get out. Get out of there. They are not, contrary to popular belief, they're not supposed to take care of you all of your life.
Yeah.
Catch you if you fall, but you should be standing on your own 2 feet.
Yeah.
I love talking to those kids. And I had a smooth program going 2 weeks. When they closed us down, I had a school that was giving me their 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. And initially, they just told me they were going to give me their 8th. And once they let me go into the classroom, they gave me an 8-hour session with different classes. They said, oh, no. They let me talk to the teachers. She said, let's talk to the teachers so they can see what you're on and they can try to help promote what you're promoting. But I care about these kids. You know, I'm a senior. Do I want one of them thinking they're going to do something to me and I break their necks? So now I go to jail, a 70-some-year-old lady, for killing a 17-year-old who thought I was an old 7-year-old, and I just broke his back because he was stupid. He didn't go to class. He didn't pay attention. Little boy, I'm not bent over. I'm walking straight up. I'm looking you in the face and look at my hair. Do I look like I'm not crazy? You messed up, right? So it's nice to, and there are a lot, and I want to continue to say that, there are a lot of us who recognize what the problems or concerns are, and we are doing our best. And you and I need to talk and see how I can possibly be a part of what you're doing, because we're on the same program.
Yeah.
And I told you, I don't want to work for anyone anymore, so bring me in as a consultant.
All right.
I'll even do 1 or 2 for free and make you know I'm worth it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, and maybe as you said, I am authentic. God gave me this gift of gab, and I love that I have this gift of gab. But more importantly, he gave me the heart to go with the mouth to let people know that I care. And anyone who knows me or has been around me, and they know there's something to pay if I don't. Don't mess with me and be dumb or disrespectful.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I want to make a difference. Now, I know you didn't bring your book, but I know he bought it, so I'm not going to question you about that.
Thank you.
And this is the part of the show where I usually sign it. So do me a favor, please. Tell the audience one more time your name, the name of your company, telephone number, and email address. How can someone out there who needs you, especially with what you're offering right now, there are companies who may want to pay to get their people up on board.
Yeah, and that's the hope always is we
give better
more
customer
companies.
service.
Yeah.
God forbid you can just do that right.
Yeah, and just have a happier culture, a better culture. When we're communicating, things run more smoothly.
Yes.
And I help people that are going through a crisis. Things. Alarm.
No,
Are we done?
Nope. Go.
I help organizations, individuals who have gotten into hot water. Right. Things happen on campuses and businesses. You make mistakes or things come your way. Doesn't matter. So you need some help managing that and navigating your way through that with the media and with the public at large.
Got it.
So that's one of the things we do as well. So to answer your question, my name's Kendall Tenney.
Okay.
And I am the creator of 10E Media. So currently, the website, when is this going to air? Do you know? Or
No,
when is this
don't
going
worry.
So 10emedia.com is what I have right now. But pretty soon that's going to be redirected to kendalltenney.com.
Okay.
And that is where you can reach me. Also, office number is 702-476-1010. Love to hear from you anytime. As we have workshops going on all the time. So even individuals can join the workshops and learn a lot and take it back to their company. Yeah.
I think that says a lot. Do not leave that couch before Billy Bob gets your information once we go off.
Okay.
So, folks, you, again, another wonderful show full of information, food for thought, programs that you can use to help you get your life to the next, take your life to the next level, and or your employer. If you're working for one of those sour sons of guns who treat you like crap, tell them about 10E Media, where they need to go because they've got piss poor management skills. And we know there's a whole bunch of those because they bring their crap to work and then they dump on their employees.
Yeah.
That's why I can't work for them, because I'll punch them in their jaw. So, keeping me out of jail, let me end this on the wonderful, positive note that I do. I'm talking about punching somebody in the jaw. So here's the deal, folks. Hold the door, say please, say thank you. Don't steal, don't cheat, and don't lie. I know you've got mountains to climb, but please always stay humble and kind, and we'll see you next week. Thank you very much.